Hi everybody! In this video I'm going to tell you how I created my last Shifters episode by using invideo Agent 2. This video is sponsored by invideo, but I'm still going to give you my honest opinion. So let's get started. What I like about Agent 2 is that you can shape it to fit your own workflow. Even for someone like me, who doesn't use a classic storyboard, but works through the script line by line and doesn't want to give away any creative decision. But for that, it's important to give it very clear rules right from the start. So for example, some of my rules are: generate nothing without my explicit go, work through the points with me step by step, adjust every prompt before generating, I define which models I use for which tasks. The bottom line is, you decide how much autonomy you want to give to invideo Agent 2. From no creative decisions to creating all the assets by itself, and even a first rough cut. Another new feature in invideo Agent 2 that I really like is called playbooks. You can use it to store how a prompt for a certain model that you want to use should be structured, adapted to your workflow and the look and feel of your project. Every new prompt that you set up then automatically follows that structure, which makes fine-tuning much easier. Ideally, that's something you set up right at the beginning of your project. Setting up a project means that you give invideo Agent 2 all the information that you have. For example, the script, the character designs, and all assets that are already existing. But you can also start from scratch. It then knows the context of every shot that you build. In case it forgets something or gets something wrong, you can just remind it to read the script again. My characters and locations come from outside because I create them in Midjourney. I just drop them into the chat, explain briefly what they're for, and then Agent 2 will file them into the project library. For a certain shot, I explain exactly what I want to happen. The action, the posture, the emphasis and emotion for each line of dialogue, and what the camera does. Since invideo Agent 2 understands the context of the scene, it suggests a prompt and which assets to use as references. I refine that until it works for me, and then I let it generate. Once a clip is there, I decide if it works for me or if I do another round with a readjusted prompt. Once I like it, I tell the agent that the clip is approved, and it will also file that into the project library. Another thing I really like about invideo Agent 2 is that you can now have specialized agents. You give each agent a name, and with certain names, it comes equipped with specific skills. One I used here was called the Continuity Guardian. What's still important is that you tell each agent to first read your rules, because it will not know them on its own. Once the Continuity Guardian is sent off, it goes through all the assets, checks them against the script, and if it finds some errors, it will suggest solutions. In my script, the character falls down a steep slope. The Continuity Guardian noticed that we didn't have a character sheet for her after the fall. Scratches on her face, dirty clothes, so we added that. Overall, I really enjoy working with invideo Agent 2. The best thing is that it really understands your script and knows where in the story you are at any point. That's really helpful. So if you want, try it out for yourself on invideo.io.